Hello friends, a quick video about a beautiful, simple and summery pattern that we can all do with acrylic markers. If you want to follow along, you can use your acrylic markers. Common brands are Uniposca markers or Sharpies. I use a Woomer acrylic markers and I truly like them. So if you want, just read in the description box and follow the link. So we're gonna use a couple of different blue and a couple of different red, and we started to fill this space with some nice and small circle. Do not overthink when you're putting the circle, just go with the flow at the beginning. We're gonna kind of do some clusters where you can have 2 or 3 single ones. Remember to fill the space, create some variety. Now we are going to switch to a lighter blue and we're going to create some overlapping. If we feel that the circles are too sparse, we can do more depending on the space. And we can overlap with acrylic markers, we can do that. And also the overlapping help us to create a nice, beautiful 3D effect, right? Some sense of depth. And because acrylic markers are like, you know, painting markers, you can truly overlap a lighter color on top of darker color, so you have a lot of flexibility with this more than you have with other. Probably I will go back to the dark blue and add a couple of more clusters when I see that the pages was a little too empty, and then 1 and maybe here 2. Now we're gonna switch to green. We're gonna use a couple of different green, a darker and a lighter, and we're gonna embellish this beautiful like design with some leaves. You do 1 and 2, and then you paint inside like you are using a brush with a little more control though, because you can hold it like a marker. So I feel that these markers are a beautiful and beginner-friendly media for whoever wants to become better, like in painting with a brush, without having the stress of just doing a traditional brush painting. I feel that if you have sometimes to experience and exercise with this, then you train your fine motor skills and you will be ready for a brush. I know that some of you might feel a little intimidated by the brush tip, but I want to say that it's a pretty solid, you know, and stubborn tip, so it holds this shape and is not too difficult to use, and at the same time it will give you the opportunity to do beautiful exercise, right? So exercise the fine motor skill that you will require with a brush. And as I say, everything is included in the description box. There is a link to follow, and you can explore Woomer product, and you can use the code for a discount. And they have a different products such as acrylic markers, watercolors, coloring pencils, etc. And they come in a very affordable price, which nowadays is truly, you know, something important that we all look for. But at the same time, the quality is good. We add the leaves. Don't overthink. Remember that it's a spontaneous pattern. The more like you feel the space, let the space guide you. Make sure that you add the leaves in different directions and different sizes too. And now we're gonna switch to a lighter green, and we can do some overlapping as we did with the blue, and we can still feel like, you know, feel a little bit more the space. And this is a brighter green, and you can do overlapping but also filling spaces that have not been filled with the darker. Then you're gonna take a look, and if you want it busier, you will just keep adding a different element. If you need to move the journal and twist it around so you don't go over, mostly if you're left hand like me, they require a little time to get dry because they are acrylic, so basically you're painting, right? Such a simple and an effective idea, beautiful way to become more familiar with the acrylic markers, more familiar with brush technique, and more familiar mostly with the use of space, right? We are embracing the element of space here. We are embracing the element of value, light and dark, juxtaposition and overlapping, right? Which is a technique like a space device that we can use to create some sense of depth and movement and rhythm. And there is not truly like a right and a wrong way to do this. You need to follow your instinct and your artistic personality as well, right? If you want it busier, you keep doing busier. If you want it less busy, you will keep doing less busy. Now we need to make sure, of course, that this is truly dry. And we're gonna start to add some details with our black. Let's see if we can. And for the black, we can use a Sharpie. You can use like any alcohol markers, whatever you feel like. Probably I can use even the regular tip because we don't have to do anything precise. And you create a sort of a tiny little star, right? And now our blueberries are starting to come a little bit more alive, don't they? And be spontaneous. Don't place the little star, the little asterisks in the same directions, but you know, create some nice variation so it's better. I love blueberries. I love to eat them. I love to bake with them. Truly love them. I love actually basically every fruits and veggie. And this is truly an exquisite pattern that we are building. And as you know, if you notice, it's super beginner friendly. There is nothing fancy or difficult that we need to do. We are creating like overlapping, optical illusion, and this tiny little pattern over here to make our blueberries look a little bit more realistic. messy, and I know that I'm left-handed, so it will happen. It's okay, because we're gonna finish the background with some more details to make it nice and fresh. Now we are going to switch to an extra fine. And we are going to add nice, simple details inside the leaves. Let's turn the page, twist it up. For these steps, you just need to make sure that the leaves are dry, otherwise you won't be able to trace the line, and you will also ruin the alcohol markers. And now we find out white or extremely light marker. And we go a very, very thin line, shorter than the black, that goes along the black. And I'm gonna cover also these tiny little spots that unfortunately on your left hand like me, it can happen. We're going to proceed. This is a very good exercise to do thinner lines, to manage the brush. And to bring some nice light and reflection in. We're gonna do the same on the blueberries. If you want to color a little bit the background, maybe, or not too much, you can do like tiny little yellow dots. Or you can leave your background completely white. And remember that because acrylic markers work on different surfaces, if you have a piece of fabric and you would like to do something like that, you can try and you will have a beautiful, pattern on fabric. You can paint this on a tote bag, for example. And of course, these are general acrylic markers, so they're not specific for fabric. However, they will give you a design that will last for quite a long time. Probably just not forever. And the pattern is done. Super fast, simple, relaxing, and very joyful. I hope you had fun, and I see you very soon with another. Ciao!